occupying space on Windrush Square and Max Roach Park as part of the Pan-African Reparations Rebellion Groundings. This is year 8, first of Mosiah every year. So the theme for this year is defeating the Maangamizi of neocolonialism with African autonomy. All roads must lead to our sacred cause of African reparations. And we chose that theme because we need to emphasize the current manifestations of the Maangamizi. A lot of us are comfortable here. A lot of us think this is just about history and just about our ancestors. A lot of people think reparations is just about money. Actually, reparations is about the repairing of a nation. And the repairing of a nation requires African autonomy, requires our right to self-determine, our right to self-govern, and our right to create institutions and everything in our own image and in our own interest. So we have rebranded and reframed what we do on this day from a reparations march to a reparations rebellion, because we're taking space. We're taking space, and that means we're going to take to the road as well. We used to pay a lot of money to even stand here on Windrush Square. We're not doing it anymore. We used to pay a lot of money to occupy Max Roach Park. We're not doing it anymore. You see, the thing is, they call this Windrush Square as some kind of nod to our ancestors, but we're not named after a boat. They are long before that. And you see, the thing is, this borough here, Lambeth, is one of the first boroughs in London to pass an atonement and reparations motion. Yet they are not working in harmony with us today, I have to say. But today, we're talking about reparations solutions. Today, we are talking about the role of the government in terms of the Maangamizi. They continually impact on us, which is why we're having a people's tribunal and we're putting Priti Patel on trial. We also today have case studies where we can showcase what people are doing to counter the Maangamizi and contest for power, because we can't just sit in our African family gatherings, we can't just pump fists and slogans and come out here once a year for one day and think that's going to make a change. We have to change our tactics and we have to ground. That's why we're calling this a groundings. We have to come to reparation solutions together as a people. So that is the purpose of today. That is why the theme is what it is. So we can't keep doing the same thing year after year and expecting a different result. This is a rebellion, right? And the more of us come up here and show us strength, the better. So we're compelling our people to come out every year on the 1st of Mosiah, irrespective of what day of the week it is. Thank you.
People have been thrown in at the deep end at this time to say some words to our family as a nation and to pray for Sasha and others of our brothers and sisters around the globe who have suffered at the hands of those who made themselves our enemy. First and foremost, I would like to encourage all of you here who are of African heritage to remember you're the first people of the earth. And that you have a contract with the one who brought all things into being. It is therefore important that every single one of us find our way back to the ancestors. Honor them. It is the lack of respect of our ancestors that has caused this suffering to have carried on this long. And until we get back into alignment to the portals created within the source to sustain us, the others will continue to defeat us. It is as simple as that. We have to find our way back to our own portal within the cosmos. We can talk as much as we want. We can talk about politics. We can talk about the economics. But until we deal with things in the spiritual realm, everything else means nothing. All things begin in the world of spirit. We are spiritual beings having physical experiences. So whatever it is that we're doing, we must first go to those who were before us, seek their guidance, and follow it to the letter. It is as simple as that.
So what, Priti Patel, were you doing in Ghana just a month ago? What was Priti Patel doing in Ghana just a month ago? In fact, let me just pull out the quote one second. Priti Patel, this is on the UK government's website. Deepening the UK-Ghana security partnership in both countries, including community policing and accountability. We know what community policing means here. So what the hell does it mean in Ghana, in Africa, and in Nigeria? We only have to ask the NSARS campaign. Our brothers and sisters are being brutalized by UK train. That means our tax money, the crumbs that we are earning here, is being used not only to police our brothers and sisters here, but it's being exported to brutalize our people on the continent. What about Kaka Mohammed, a freedom fighter in Ghana who not so long ago was killed? The UK was silent on these killings because the puppet government that is being sponsored by the UK through our taxpayer money is killing our people. And so what we see is that the UK is in violation of our sacred right to self-determination as people of African heritage. And it's doing that, sponsoring that, refusing to address the history of injustice that we've suffered. And so we're not even now talking about what we call the Maangamizi, which is the historic continuum of the trafficking of African peoples, colonialism, neocolonialism, which is today still going on and being funded by our taxpayer money. If we're talking about that and that harm is still happening today, then we're not yet talking about our right to reparations and remedy. Because while the harm is still happening, there can be no repair.
The British government gave Jamaica independence and other Caribbean territories independence throughout the 60s and 70s. So in 1962, the Jamaica Independence Act was passed by Parliament, and that act revoked my father's citizenship. It left his neighbour with the same citizenship. Now, they then enacted the 1971 Immigration Act that said if your father was not born here, then you didn't have the automatic right to register as a citizen. So that targeted anyone who was from the Caribbean or other Commonwealth countries. So that is the operation of law. And that is what fundamentally caused the Windrush scandal, because 50 years later, Theresa May passes the Immigration Act 2014. I can see you were very popular when you came in. Where are the cuffs? So there's the cuffs. She should be in cuffs. Okay, right. Priti Patel's bill that she is seeking to pass through would probably make this event illegal and unlawful and give police officers powers. I mean, the level of abuse that we've been subjected already today in trying to prevent the successful event taking place. You know, in terms of, they've told us, that vehicle over there with the sound system, we're told that we're going to be fined for having that there. You know, the sound system that was otherwise supposed to be here, and this is all down to Priti Patel. And in particular, as I said, trying to curtail the right of protest.
There'll always be Javids, Sewells and Patels working to maintain British imperialism with a black or brown face. That is until we rise up together, and we can kill off British imperialism once and for all, united. Black, brown, African, Caribbean, whether your roots are South American, African or Asian, or even European. Because although the white working classes are not demanding reparations and enslavement and for colonialism like we are, they are also pawns today, like crabs in a barrel, to make money for the capitalists. We need to unite and fight the real enemy. The real enemy is sitting in Westminster. Yes. The real enemy are all parts of the British aristocracy. The real enemy is the banking and finance sector. That's the machinery and engine of imperialism that makes this happen. If we want to stop Patel's xenophobia, we need to unite and fight the cause of it. British imperialism, specifically capitalism. It is capitalism that, in my view, prevents us on healing. I don't know how any of us can heal and repair from enslavement and colonialism if we are in debt, hungry, distracted, and landless on a dying planet. Like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah said, Ghana's president in 1968, capitalism is but the gentleman's method of slavery. So let us unite and fight smart and ruthlessly for reparations to save humanity. I therefore ask you all to rule that Priti Patel and the government be found guilty of genocide and ecocide, the result of 500 years of imperialism.
You have to give Priti Patel a right to reply, and your time is curtailed because I have been told I'm not allowed to let you speak too long. So Priti Patel, you can come and speak.
Leave her in jail. Coming out of the room.
Is that it? Is that it? I'm on trial for this ridiculous nonsense. Who do you think I am? Idi Amin? Judges, I call upon you to drop all charges on the basis that there is no foundation for these charges. Just because this country needs to reduce aid to build our trade does not make me a criminal. I serve this country and all the hard-working people of this Britain. As a matter of fact, my new point immigration system is working. I am attracting the brightest and the best, and a great deal of you illegal immigrants are gone. Of course, my job to make sure that the British people do not waste their time.
In Windrush Square.
That's why you're here tonight. How many of you are illegal immigrants? It's obvious who you are. It is an absolute disgrace. And that dirty anarchy people, the Extinction Rebellion, if you know what's good for you, you will stay away from them. Listen, it's true. You do deserve reparations. You need to repair. You need to look inside yourself and stop begging people like us and the good government of Boris Johnson for every ill will. It's pathetic. When are you going to learn to stand up on your own 2 feet and get on with your own lives? I find myself absolutely not guilty of any of these charges. Now run along and try to find something useful in your lives to do, something decent that might help your people, instead of feeling sorry for yourselves in these ridiculous tribunal affairs that, quite frankly, it's pitiful. I feel sorry for you.
Okay. I think we've heard enough from Priti Patel. Are you convinced? Well, can we please restrain the witness, please? May we restrain the witness, please? I will now hand over back to our judges. I would ask our judges to come and pronounce judgment.
The defendants are hostis humani generis, the enemy of all humankind. For the good of all humanity, this tribunal must condemn and repudiate the UK government and its grotesque vision of a new world order that is constructed upon warfare, genocide, ecocide, bloodshed, Afrophobic and other forms of racism, violence, criminality, colonialism, apartheid, massive violations of fundamental human rights, and the denial of the international legal rights of self-determination to African and other colonized peoples within the UK and elsewhere around the world. So I must ask my fellow judges, How do we find the defendants?
Totally guilty. Boom. What the crowd say? What the crowd say? What the crowd say? Shout it out. Burn it out. Burn it out. Take our hand, man. Lead our hand, man. Lead our hand. Boom.
What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now! When do we want it? When do we want it? Now! What do we want? When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Reparation! When do we want it? Now!
I'm here to support the black community, and it's about unifying our people. It's not about begging Priti Patel, this criminal, this Maangamizi criminal. It's not about begging. It's about taking back our wealth, taking back what is owed to us. And as young people, I'm 15 years of age, as young people, we need to reclaim what is ours. The buildings, the town halls, we have built it. It's our country. Africa, the United States of Africa. That means us over here. That means our brothers and sisters in America and Canada. The United States of Africa is what I believe in, and that's what we'll be doing. United States of Africa, and that is our calling. We need to follow our spirit. We need to get back to our ancestors' kind. Put down the things that's not a part of us.
I like the fact that the roads have been blocked, to be fair. So now what that's doing is drawing attention to people. So what it's doing is, other people are coming in and they're now making inquiries as to what's going on. So therefore, information is being disseminated to them to say, this is the reason why everyone's here on the 1st of August every year. For the 1st of Mosiah, as it was called. So the annual Reparations March. Unfortunately, they're not marching today, probably due to regulations or COVID or something along those lines. But I'm glad that there's a decent turnout of people, as you can see, over there, and the camera over there.
How do you think it compares to like years gone by?
So years gone by, this is nowhere as many people, because we've had thousands of people marching to Parliament Square, but for whatever reason, because they're not marching today, maybe that's the reason why the numbers are not as much as previous years, or some people may not have known about it. That's what I'm thinking anyway.
No, this is our Emancipation Day Reparation March Rebellion. This is the 8th year of organizing, trying to Africate the masses of African people about our plight where reparations is concerned. Did you know that they have just passed a bill to build a memorial museum right next to Parliament for what Hitler done to the Jews? But nobody wants to talk to us about reparation. Who said fire? Who said fire? Who said fire? And we have this demonstration every single verse of Mosiah. And you know the sad thing about it? Most of us as African people don't even know about our own suffering. We're so quick to run for everybody else's suffering, but we don't come out for our own suffering. You must remember, if you don't support what is yours, nobody else is gonna. So who said, stop the Maangamizi? So stand firm, hold the faith. And we want to put in the right hand up like this. Put up the right hand. And say after me, I promise And I pledge to devote the rest of my life to Africating our children them about the Maangamizi until we get reparations and justice by any means necessary. Fire!
She is! She is! She is! Sasha Johnson! Sasha Johnson! Sasha Johnson! Sasha Johnson!
When we talk about protecting the black woman, that's what we mean. When we say protect black queens, that's what we mean. We don't need you to just stand here and say it. You need to do it on a daily basis. We pray. We speak life into all the black queens doing all their great things. It is important that we keep doing that. By all, we need to stand united. No longer should we fight. Look at this beautiful black princess. And we do this for you. We take the street for you. We stand united for you. You are beautiful in more than words can say. Your darkness is not a weapon. In fact, you were kissed by the gods and given as a gift to all of us. You would never need to toil and work like an elephant and eat like a mouse, because we would take you all back. It is our streets and we will do what we need to do. The amazing people that come together. When we come united and put away our differences. I don't know about you, I'm tired of fighting alone. I'm going to actually appeal to our kings. Kings, black queens are doing a lot. African queens are stepping up. When we turn up, we have your back. We need your help. We need your help to take center stage. We need your help to actually speak out the truth. We need you to pay us some attention. Listen, dark-skinned girls, you are beautiful. African Nubian queens, when God made you, he made no mistakes. Allow the bleaching cream, because believe me, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
I was walking past and something told me to stop and have a look. And when I've had a look now, I'm nearly in tears when I saw how some of the African clothing, I just feel like I'm at home with everyone here. It's incredible.
You didn't know this was on?
I didn't know this was on.
Wow.
I didn't know, but I've met such amazing people as well, and I've learned so much in the time that I've stood here. So yeah, I'm having a good time. Good.
Greetings, family. Greetings, Brixton. I'm coming from Labrador, your family on the other side of the river. I live in a borough known as the rotten borough of corruption and killing, RBKC, the most colonial outpost that is left, where we live in a neo-colonial situation. We have gone through 50 years of oppression in the area, just like you. You see, 50 years ago, they planned to build a motorway in Brixton, right through Brixton. It didn't happen in Brixton, but you know where it happened? In Labrador. Right through the poorest part of the borough. And the effect that it had, the destruction that it caused, the people rose up and they tried to do something about it. They weren't successful, but in the end they were given the land underneath the motorway. 23 acres of land under the motorway. And an organisation called the North Kensington Amenities Trust was formed. The council decided at that time that they could not let They were so scared of the North or the Borough that they decided that they would make sure that we could never prosper. And they put their people inside the organization, and for 50 years they stole the land from us, so we could not prosper as African people. And anything that we tried to build, they destroyed it. This year, and the end of last year, we exposed that organization now known as the Westway Trust for being institutionally racist for 50 years and still being racist to this day. And that is written now in a review known as the Review into Institutional Racism at the Westway Trust. That was done by the Tutu Foundation. You can go and look that up and see the history of what we have been through. But you see, even though we've done that, we don't expect to see change tomorrow, because the system don't want to change. And we can never believe that all these little things we are going is going to actually change in terms of these reviews unless we carry on and put things in place. So the battle still continues. But we are in alignment with Brixton because we have gone through the same issues in synchronicity as you have done for 50 years. Also, the regeneration of our areas or the degeneration of our areas. When we hear regeneration, we know that means destruction. We know you're coming to take everything that we hold dear. So when we hear regeneration, we know what you're talking about. When we hear sustainable development, we know what they're talking about. So the struggle continues. What we need now is real regeneration. And we are willing to work with anybody who wants to get rid of this foolishness.
I need to acknowledge our allies who are blocking the road. And as the Stop the Maangamizi We Charge Genocide Ecocide campaign, we do work with allies. We know not all of our people do, but I have to speak into this because I know, and it has been said by some of our people, that they don't want to come because we're working with certain people. But our allies are blocking the road today for us because we work with them and we have assigned a role and they are doing it. That if our people were doing it, we would not need them. So I want you to hear very good the role that is being played by Extinction Rebellion and the Extinction Rebellion Internationalist Solidarity Network that I am part of with Brother Kofi Moroli-Clue. So I am taking charge of that and I am owning that. And if anyone has a problem, come and see me about it, okay? Come and see me about it, because I would like my people to be doing this, but I'm not going to turn away people who work with us, who recognise reparations, recognise our role, want to be part of the repair. So I just wanted to acknowledge the role of all of those helping to hold these roadblocks with our banners, not exile banners, our banners. Those who are on the tripods, who are risking arrest and who knew that they could be arrested for taking this action, and they are here. So I don't want no one to say nothing unless you're going to do better than that. Okay? Because the Maangamizi is not just about what happens in Africa. It is worldwide. And it is imperiling all of our lives. Because you know, it's this climate and ecological crisis. Who is it affecting the most? So that's where we found the common cause with Extinction Rebellion. And through that partnership, worked on the idea and the notion of planet repairs, which links that struggle for reparatory justice, environmental justice, reparatory justice and cognitive justice. Because we have a world to win. A world, not a postcode, a world. So thank you, Sister Jendai. You're going to be taking the program from here. I'm going to come down and you're going to come up. And our brothers are going to support you with the music. Thank you.